Hello everybody, Mr. Heave here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully everything's going great for you. What we have here is we're continuing from our yesterday's lesson, and we have an alphabet, and we can take any letter and encrypt it. So I'm going to put in T, and T's new letter is Y, because you add 5 to that. Alright, hopefully you remember what we were doing. Now what I want to do is I want to abstract a little bit so we can start making our program do more than just one letter at a time. So there's a couple things. First, I want to have a variable called letter, and that'll be T. So instead of finding the letter T, I'm just going to type in the word letter here. And so now it should do the same thing. Still a Y. Alright, now I want to change this to the word key. So now I can type in here key equals 5, and now it should give us the same value, Y, and now I could change this to a 3, and now that just moves it up 3 from T, up 3 letters gets us to W. Alright, so now this just looks a little bit cleaner. So it has the variables out here, and so if we modify any of these, then these from lines 4 to 6, that's what's actually doing the work of encrypting and showing it. Alright, so now we get it where we can take a letter, move it some certain key distance, and then print out another letter. Now let's have the user pick a letter. So if I just say input, what letter do you want to encrypt? Here we go. And so now when I run this, what letter do you want to encrypt? Let's say Q. And a Q turns to a T if the key is 3. So Q, move out 3, it should get you to a T. So now that's good. Now if I do this and what letter do you want to encrypt? If I want to encrypt the word hello, it just gives me a C. That's not what I want. I don't even know why it's saying C. It just doesn't, it's not taking in that whole thing. So what we need to do is do this one letter at a time. Now there's a trick for iterating over a string. So for I in letter, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to print I for a second just so you see what happens. Now the only thing this is iterating on is just the thing that's indented, the print I. So when I say hello, oops, here we go. If I say hello, it's going to say H-E-L-L-O. The C is still from this mess that's not doing anything. But it looks at each letter one at a time in our string, which is great. Because what I wanted to do is look at each letter one at a time and do this line 6 through 8 business. So I'm going to tab that over. This print I, we don't need to print that anymore, so I'm going to actually get rid of that. So it's going to be 5 through 8 that's doing all the work here. And so when I run this, what letter do we want? H-E-L-L-O, enter. And so this one, I'm still looking at the whole word hello instead of just each part. Remember when I said print I was looking at each individual part, so I want to find the I rather than the letter. Alright, this should be right now. What letter? Hopefully I don't make another mistake. There it is. K-H-O-O-R. Perfect. I think that's a hello encrypted with a key of 3. So that just moves that whole message over. Alright, we're in a good spot. Now what I want to do is put it all into one message. So message, I'm going to just have 2 quotes. It can be single or double. I'm doing double. So we have 2 quotes, so it's just an empty message. Instead of printing this, what we can do is add that to the word message. So I'm just going to add that new letter. So message. Do you remember plus equals? So plus equals, what that does is it adds the new thing to whatever's already there. So each time it goes through, it's just going to add one new letter on. So now when I run this, what do we want? Hello? Now we got to print that message. And what letter do we want to encrypt? Hello. And each time it goes through, and you can see it's there. Now if we just want to print it once at the end, we can pull it out of the loop so it won't print it until it's all over. What letter do we want? Hello? All right, we did it.